Hey guys, it's Dorian. Welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV crafting video. I haven't posted in a while mainly because there were, no new things happening in the crafting world here in Final Fantasy XIV until today. Today is the release of patch 5.5. And with that comes a new crafting weapon. It's called the Resplendent weapon. Now, you might be wondering, well, if it's only just a weapon, just like Skysteel, is it worth it to take it as high tier gear for your crafting? Well, let's talk about it. This will be a long video because not only I will go over the Resplendent weapon and my opinions about it, but I will also show you guys how to get it and also do the expert recipes. Yes, expert recipes that you need to do to get these Resplendent weapons. So to start off, in order to really start and figure out the information about Resplendent weapons, it's here in Eilmore. If you have it unlocked, that's fine. There is no side quest or anything, just like how Skysteel is with side missions that you need to do first. It is all here as long as you have the Master Book 8, which involves the recipes needing to craft these materials for the weapon, then you're all set. If we look over here, we can talk to Limbith at the Resplendent Tool Exchange and go to the Tool Exchange right here. My goal as a blacksmith, I want to get the hammer. If we go to the item comparison here, we can see that it is 10 levels up in item level, which means that it has 26 more craftsmanship and has better initial control. But if you look here, we have pentamelded our hammer, but the Forge Fiend hammer actually uses 3 guaranteed slots of materia. So I think that let's say if we added like 26 more control out of this and the 6+ CP or whatever higher level material that we can get, then I think this is probably will be better and probably will be used for high tier crafting. So for you guys that are interested and wanted to get this is how you want to go for it. Each weapon involves trading in 60 of these final materials. So how do you craft these final materials? Well, if you already have Master Book 8 right here, you have three recipes that you go for: component A, component B, component C. How it works is that you have to craft component A, which will then you have to trade it to Limbith, and with that you get you trade in your whatever collectible component A is to get materials for component B. Then you create component B, trade that in, you get materials for component C, and if you get a really good collectability for component C, then you can get that final material, and you need 60 of those, which is going to be a lot, and it's going to be hard because this is the first 5-star recipe. It's really hard. I tried it. As proof, I already got one final material, but that took me a bit of time, and this has higher difficulty and higher quality requirements, so this will be tough, but I'm going to try these expert recipes for you, just like how I did for Ishgard Restoration, and show you guys my process, and hopefully we can work this together and try our best to get the final materials. Now, of course, again, my theory is not perfect. You can improve upon it. I know everyone has different opinions and probably have better ideas for this, but this is what I'm working with, and we can talk in the comments below to see what's good. So now to start with building component A, you do need yellow crafter scripts. Usually for grinding yellow crafter scripts, you can just do like level 70 collectible recipes, so you can just use train die and whatever synthesis you got, which is easy to do. Once you go there, you can go to Scripts Exchange, and it's level 70 items. Scroll all the way down, and it costs 100 yellow crafter scripts to get any of these materials, and you only need one to craft component A. So without further ado, let's start this. I am going to be using high quality chili crab and high quality syrup or cunning syrup. Before we start there, I do want to mention one thing. A new function has been added for crafting that you can right click on the recipe and click potential conditions list. Now if you look for component A, it is the old conditions that we had before, right? We have centered, which is back, so increases action success rate by 25%. If you guys are not familiar with the conditions, you can just right click on the recipe and check the potential conditions so you can see all of this information. However, this is not the same thing component B. Component B are the newer conditions, which is including malleable and primed. But for C, we have a combination of both, where we have both centered, malleable, and prime with our usual sturdy, pliant, and good, normal, this, so forth. So keep in mind of that. It is pretty, I think it's a little bit easier to craft component A, but of course, even with the combination of those conditions, component C is tough. So without further ado, let's go through my process. This will be a longer video since I'll be doing 3 expert recipes, but I'm hoping this will help you guys get started. Again, this is all can be improved, and just hopefully with the similar progress that we do, you guys can start it too, and think about what you guys can do to make it better, faster, stronger. So let's use our food, let's use our medicine here, and let's get right on crafting. So let's start this. Now, my usual process first is going for progress. Now, I usually have 4 phases that I work with any expert recipes. First phase, you want to work with progress. You want to gain as much progress as possible, so that you want to be very close to the line of finishing progress, because you want it so that your last move, when you build your quality and finish it all off, your last move should be a finisher of progress, whether it be basic synthesis or careful synthesis or whatever that you need more of. Second phase will be the build of the inner quiet, which will allow us to get really good buffs and quality. We want to get that stack of 11 so that we can really get our Bygrit's Blessing boost huge. That's where our third phase is, where if we have 11 IQ and we had more CP and durability, then we can just build more and more quality. And then the fourth phase, which is our finisher, which is our innovation, great strides, Bygrit's Blessing, and then our finisher of synthesis. So we're gonna do muscle memory first. And based on our conditions here, sturdy is not going to help us. We're going to use our buffs. So I usually go manipulation and veneration. I wish we had that centered for rapid synthesis, but we do need to use rapid synthesis to get our progress up. And this is kind of just luck at this point because it has a 50% success rate. That worked. Pliant's not going to help here, so we're just going to have to use another rapid synthesis. That failed. We still have our veneration boost, so let's try having that and getting a complete rapid synthesis. That didn't work. Let's hope for a good one. Perfect. Now we're out of veneration. Nothing we can do there. So we need to do one more progress to get this pretty close. So by the looks of it, it seems we're gonna do an observe and focus synthesis to get ourselves somewhat close, to not use too much durability. So we're gonna use observe and a sturdy, which is nice, so we're gonna use focus synthesis, and we have 11,324, which means without veneration to complete this we need what is this, 6, 7, that's not gonna complete it, so we do need another observe and focus synthesis, so we need to have 12 CP left over for this. All right, so keep that in mind right there. For right now, let's start our inner quiet build. So we are out of our manipulation, that's fine. My goal here is that, of course, I want to build my inner quiet, but I'm hoping to have a condition of pliant so that I can spend for manipulation. It's a really useful move so that I can keep my durability sane. So we're gonna use innovation here, so hopefully that condition changes. It's not, that's fine. We'll use our innovation buff to build our inner quiet. So we're gonna use prudent touch and really spam it until our conditions changes. We have centered. Now usually for centered, I kind of use hasty touch to save that free CP. However though, we don't have manipulation, so I don't think this is going to be useful. So I kind of just stick to prudent touch to save that durability intact. Nothing's changed, so we're going to use prudent. Another prudent here, we're at 20. I'm going to use an innovation to hopefully change that condition. We have a pliant, perfect. Since we have a durability of 20 and up, I usually go with manipulation, but if it's something lower, I actually go for Master's Mend, because even with manipulation on a lower durability, it's really hard to save it. So I'm going to use manipulation here. Oh, look at that, we have another pliant. Usually this is a special case. Since we have an extra pliant and have enough CP, I kind of spend it on Waste Not too, so that we can use standard touch and basic and standard instead of prudent, which costs more CP. So we're gonna use Waste Not, and here we go. So let's see what moves we can do. We're gonna use our basic touch right here since we have our waste knot and manipulation. We have a good, I want to get that inner quiet up, so I want to use precise touch because precise touch boosts the inner quiet by 2 instead of 1, and it has an efficiency of 150%. So I think it's really useful here. Let's use that. We have a centered, we have manipulation, so I'm gonna save that CP. Let's use some hasty touch right here. Perfect. Let's continue. We have good conditions for this buff boost. So let's use that. So use basic standard combo. We have another sturdy. Let's use basic standard combo. If it's a centered, I mean, we have enough CP, so I might as well get that benefit, that 125% benefit. We have a good here. Let's see. We have 29. We have 169 here. Usually I would go for tricks of the trade, but we don't have enough moves anyway to get this to around like 11 plus durability, so we can use 2 moves for our finisher. So I think for right now, let's use that buff of good to use. Oh, we have waste knot. Okay. Let's see here. Let's use basic touch. Okay. So. We have durability 24. I think we have enough to use 2 prudent touches here. So let's use that. Let's do another one. Alright, perfect. So I think we're good with the collectability. Let's see here. If we use Innovation, Great Strides, and Biker's Blessing without a good, we get 5,600 collectability. I think that's a little bit low because I think we need 65. So I think in this bed we need to have a good as our Biker's Blessing boost. So let's try this. We're gonna use Innovation here. We use Great Strides. Do we get a good? No. We have enough CP. So we need what? We need Observe, Focus Synthesis. So that's 12. We also plus 24 because we need to use Biker's Blessing. So 12 plus 24 is 36. So we need to have 36 left over. So I can use Observe to change the conditions. Surely it will use one of these buffs, each of these buffs, but we'll still have it. Just hoping that condition changed the good. Nothing changed. What is it? I need 30 to 12, 24, 36. So I still have enough. 37. Perfect, we have a good. We're gonna use Biker's Blessing here. Perfect, and all we're gonna do here is, well, as I said, we can use Observe and Focus Synthesis, but we have a good, so might as well just use Intensive Synthesis because why not? Saves us some time, and that's how you craft component material A. Now I believe the minimum is 6,500. So if we look here. Or 6,300. Okay, so 6,300 is what we need. We have 6,700, so that's fine. We're gonna trade that and get materials for component B. So if we look here, we have enough materials to craft this, and hopefully this completes, so we have 1 material to craft component C. So we're gonna do this together. So let's start crafting this. Our medicine and food is good, so let's keep on going. Gonna do our usual here, muscle memory, malleable, not gonna help. We're gonna use manipulation, veneration, and sturdy. Okay, it will help us for a bit of our durability, so let's spam rapid synthesis. That worked. That's good for a start. Let's see if another one works. That didn't. Good's not gonna help us here, so let's rapid synthesis this. And good. Now, I did say goods may not be useful, but you could use intensive synthesis if you don't want to risk losing your recipe. I risked it with using rapid synthesis, but again, this could be something that you might feel more comfortable doing, or if you want to be more riskier. All right, so we are good. We have 1 more veneration left, so I think it has a bigger progress. So if we use careful synthesis as this, it was 1,000, it will get us to 11,400, which means we need 700 more. So I think we're going to use careful synthesis here. And based on our efficiency calculations, looks like we can use a careful synthesis, or can we use a, oh no, we're at malleable, so I'm looking at different things. I think we're going to have to be using careful synthesis to complete this. So let's see here. Malleable is not going to help us here. So we are going to just start our inner quiet. And since that's changed, I want to check this. 6,779. That's 12,000. Oh, actually, I don't think that makes it. That's like barely making it. Okay, so I think our best bet is to use observe and focus synthesis. Okay, that's fine. Let's see here. We'll just have to remember to save 12 CP. Okay, we're at a sturdy. I want to use basic touch since I want to save that CP. Normal. Our manipulation's almost gone, so I'm gonna use innovation. Hopefully we get appliance soon. Spam prudent touch here. Oh, there was a sturdy. I could have used basic touch, but that's fine. Let's hope we get a appliance somewhere. Let's see here. Sturdy. Let's use a basic touch. Appliance, perfect. So I'm gonna use manipulation since our durability is pretty up, and another appliance. As happened before, we're gonna use waste knot here, and another appliance. This is another special case since we have 3 appliances in a row. In this case, I would use preparatory touch. This will save us. We have enough CP with these buffs, and only costs 20, so I think this will be useful. So we're gonna use proprietary touch. All right, so malleable. Let's see here. That's not gonna help us, so we're gonna add innovation here, and let's continue our touches to build that quality. Prime's not gonna help us here. Standard touch. I know our CP is pretty low here, so I want to gain some more since we have these buffs already. Malleable. So let's see, basic touch, and ooh, another good. I think I need more CP because I know I'm gonna later use prudent touch, so I'm gonna use tricks of the trade here. I have another good. Okay. Yeah, let's use tricks of the trade. I think more CP is better for this in this case. Another good. We're just gonna continue with prudent touch. Just get that benefit. I think we have enough. Let's see here. Sturdy. Let's use basic touch. Normal. Let's use prudent touch. Another prudent touch. Watching both my CP and durability. I can use 2 more prudent touches, I believe. Yeah, I can. So let's do that. And 1 more. Durability is good. If we had a sturdy, then I would definitely use another prudent touch, but that wasn't the case. For right now, we have to do our finisher. So again, based on this, we do need a good in order to reach our quality requirements. So that's what we're gonna hope for. That's not what I'm hoping for. So great strides. Oh, the good stays, perfect. All right, so Bygrit's blessing here. That'll get us to 7,100, or I think it's 6,500. That's the minimum. So we should be good there. We have enough CP, so we can do a observe and focus synthesis. That should be complete. And that should be good to complete this. Now for both our recipes, we did require to have a good in our final like move. Sadly, like it is a risk, and I know there's better ways, so hopefully avoid that so you can kind of 100% be able to not need a good. But again, extra recipes are kind of hard for this. It's kind of luck. But you know, hopefully to mitigate it somehow. Again, let's share comments below and see what we can do to improve upon this. So let's see here. Let's change our materials. So let's change this. Yeah, minimum was 6,500. So let's trade that. And we have just enough to do the third one. So let's start this. Our food and medicine is ready. So let's hope for the best we can complete this. We might or might not work this. So let's see. Let's do muscle memory. Let's see here. Centered, not useful. We're going to use manipulation. Veneration, which is nice, I guess. Oh, centered, perfect. So hopefully this rapid synthesis will work. Perfect. Gives us a better chance. Let's use another rapid synthesis. Okay. Now, here's why it's harder now. Our progress is 13,000. It's it's really hard, and instead of needing 2 rapid synthesis, we probably need like 3 rapid synthesis, depending on our, you know, progress. So this will be tough to see if this will work. So we have a good, it's not going to be beneficial, so we're going to use rapid synthesis. That didn't work. We have a center, let's hope for the best, we can get something. Okay, now without a veneration we have 2265. If we do that, that will equal to 12,600, which means we don't need a veneration. We just need another rapid synthesis in order to have a good finisher, which I think will be careful synthesis, based on calculations. So let's hope for a rapid synthesis and see if it works. That didn't work. Hope for another one. Perfect. Okay, so based on this, yeah, so we only need to do a, or do we need to just do a basic synthesis? Let's see here, 1260, that's, yeah, actually we only need a basic synthesis, so we don't need any CP save for doing basic synthesis, so that's good. Alright, sturdy is not going to help us, so we're going to have to start inner quiet, and hopefully soon enough we'll get a pliant, and that's what I'm hoping for. Let's see here, conditions normal, hopefully that will change with using innovation. I have a good, that's good. We can use precise touch to boost the inner quiet by 2, so let's use that. And perfect, we have a pliant, let's use manipulation for that. Okay, primed, I don't want to use innovation for that, we can just prudent touch this. We have a good here. I think it's best to get our inner quiet up as soon as possible. We have a pliant. Now, since we have a durability of 15, we usually need, it's a kind of a bit of a cusp to work on the move, so I think the best bet, we're going to use Master's Mend for this. Get our durability back. Let's see here, conditions normal, let's use innovation. And let's spam prudent touch here and get our quality up. Let's do this. Hopefully we got good conditions. We have a center, let's use hasty touch. Perfect. Sturdy, I want to use basic touch. And malleable. Malleable's not going to help us, so I'm going to use innovation and spam prudent touch here. We have a centered. I'm going to use hasty. I know we didn't have manipulation, but we have enough durability to use that. So prudent. Here we go. We have a good here. For our durability, we have 206. That means we have 3 moves left technically, so I want to have the benefit of the good with the touch, so I'm going to use another prudent touch. Let's use innovation for our last touches. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to use prudent touch here to save a good CP save. Prime's not going to help us, so another prudent touch. And centered. Ooh. Okay, it's not going to be helpful. So we're at 15, so we have to go to our finisher right now. So again, if we didn't have a good here, we will be at 6,600, which I don't think that's the max. I think the max is like 7,500, which is, again, as you can tell, this is tough. So my hope is that we get a good condition for our finaler. So let's do this. Innovation. Great strides. Look at that. We're getting lucky. So Bagrat's Blessing got a 7743, and that's perfect. That reaches it. So all we need to do is do a basic synthesis, and that's it. That should be good. And then if we bring this to Limbeth to trade into, we can see that we can get 1 final material, and that is how you grind to get the weapon. So that's really it for now. You know, if you really want to go for this, this is tough. Even with like a steady gear that I have that focuses on quality or control, it's going to be tough. If you guys have any like tips or any others, you know, share your opinion and information on this, please put them in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think, and we can improve upon this together. Without further ado, that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck on grinding for the Resplendent weapons. Thank you guys.